Hey class, Miss Anderson here. Today we are going to start Unit 1, Section 1.1, and it's going to be kind of a lot of vocabulary to start. So let's just go through a couple of these. First, we have a point that refers to like a specific location. And we're going to label it with the symbol, the period, the dot, and then you're going to label it with a capital letter. So like, and then if you write it, like it's going to be named point A, and that's going to look like this. Okay, a line is a straight one-dimensional figure that extends infinitely in both directions. So you're going to use the double line symbol here. And so you can write like this is line A, B. There's 2 points on that line. So you can write it as A, B with that symbol above it that represents that line. Or you could write it as B, A, goes in both directions. Or you can write it as line L, and then that's lowercase script letter, like this. There. Okay. Then we have collinear. It's when 3 or more points lie on the same line. So co means they're together, and linear means that they're on the same line. Notice it literally has the word line in it. Line. And so we have these 3 points here. They're together on a line. And we would say that A, B, and C, or points A, B, and C are collinear. Now, a line segment is a line. It's part of a line containing 2 endpoints and all of the points in between them. And it's similar to a line notation, but you use just this symbol. So you'd write it as like segment AB, or you can write it as segment BA. Notice it doesn't have the arrows on the ends because lines go on forever and segments have endpoints. Now putting a line segment and a line together, we get something similar to array. So array is where the one side of the fixed part of the line extends indefinitely, and we use this symbol here. So you put the endpoint first on this one. So like the very first one here would be ray AB, and you would use that arrow to show that it's going towards the B. Whereas this one would be ray BA, where the arrow is going towards A. Starting at B going towards A, or starting at A going towards B. Be written like that. 2 rays that have a common endpoint and go in opposite directions are called opposite rays to form a straight line. So notice that you have point C in between A and B. So you could say that you have ray CA going to the left, or we have ray CB going to the right. So we would say ray CA and ray CB going that way. So they both started at C, was the first one you listed, and then this one goes towards A and this one goes towards B, and those are opposite rays. Okay, let's look at this diagram, and these true-false will help us identify some of the vocab we just looked at. So point X lies on line M. So we're looking over here. Line M is this line right here because it has this little M right here. And point X is, in fact, on line M right there. So we would say true. Point V lies on line L. Well, line L is this one, and point V is on line L right here. So we would say true. X, Y, and Z are collinear. Remember, that means that they lie on the same line. So let's see, X, Y, and Z are all on line M. V, Y, and X are collinear. We have V, Y, and X. So V and Y are collinear, but X does not lie on the same line. So that would be false. YX and YZ are opposite rays. So they both have the endpoint of Y. So YX goes this way, and YZ would start at Y and go this way. And they go in opposite directions and form a straight line, and so they are opposite rays. So it's important that they not only go different directions, but they go complete opposites so that they form a straight line. And point Y lies on line L. This is line L. Point Y is in the middle there. It lies on both lines, but it does lie on line L. So we're going to say true. Now let's look at this diagram, which looks a little confusing, but let's just read what it's asking us here. Name a point that is collinear with B and E. So remember, collinear means on the same line. So B and E, that would be the line that has H on it. F and H, so F and H would be this line. So G is collinear with those two. D and G, so that would be A that is collinear with that. And then A and C would be this line, so B would be collinear with those two. So the points that lie on the same line. Couple more here. We use the diagram to answer these questions. Give another name for, this is a symbol for a line, MN. So line MN, we could say that would be line NM. Or you could say PM, because point P is also on that line, and it goes in both directions, so that would cover that. It's kind of hard to read. Or you could say PN, either way. Another name for line segment, LKL. So it's a segment because it doesn't have the arrows. So another name for segment KL would be segment LK. This one you cannot do, it would not be equal to like segment KP. We can't do that because KP would just be this segment and not the whole thing. Whereas the line goes on both directions. So if I do line PM, it goes in both directions, so it includes the rest of the line. Name 3 collinear points. So you could do KPL or NPM. And what is the intersection of the two lines, line MN and line LK? You can see that it is point P, and that's how we would write that. Okay, we've got just a couple more examples here. Let's draw and label a figure with the following information. Point K lies on line RT. So start by drawing yourself a line, which would be a straight line with 2 arrows. And we'll put the RT on there. And then point K lies on RT. And you could put point K anywhere on this line then. I'm just going to put it right there. So LM and LN are opposite rays. So opposite rays, remember, form a straight line. So we would have to go like this. LM goes like this way. Then LN would go the reverse direction, but the straight, make sure it makes a straight line. So L would be the point in the middle. They would go opposite directions. Line AB and BC intersect. C is not on AB. So first notice that these share the point B. So if I drew the line with A and B, then I would say that BC, so that they share the point B, and they have C is another point that's not on line AB. but they both share the point B. And then points A, B, and C are collinear, and line L intersects AC at point B. So collinear means that the first 3 points are all on the same line. I'm going to put them as A, B, C. And then line L intersects AC at point B. So then we have a line that's intersecting and going through point B, and we're going to call that line L. And there we have it. So in summary, we are looking at points, lines. Lines go on both directions. We got a line segment that has 2 inputs, so it's just a piece of the line. And then you had the ray, which has 1 endpoint and goes on infinitely in one direction. And then we just had points. So those are your main vocab words today. So get used to practicing and writing with those, and I'll see you next time.